This is John for ETHOS DECORUM. We're in the city of Baltimore right now, and we're about to interview an innovative hat premium designer. He makes limited runs, so check us out.
The product, the process, the people. ETHOS DECORUM.
My name is Jarrell Sankey and my brand is Creative King Hat Company. I also specialize in making like bags and accessories. And I've been making hats since 2011. The brand started in 2010. It's supposed to be a t-shirt brand, but I wanted to do something different because everybody's doing t-shirts. And I said I wanted to make a hat company, so what I did was I wanted to make my own hats instead of sourcing out to a company to make hats for me. And I thought it would be more exclusive that way. But I had to learn how to make a hat because I did not know how to make hats at all. So what I did was just started studying hats and going from there and just trying to build my own. It took me like a good year or two to perfect my first hat. So it was a lot of trial and tribulation before that. But I just stuck with it and just kept going.
Why hats?
Because hats never get old. People will always be wearing hats. Like, no matter what time we'll be in, it will be some kind of form of headwear people will be wearing. And like, I don't know, hats, they stick out. Like, I don't know, I always tell people it's kind of like that video game, Kid Chameleon. Like how he wears the different hats and gets the different powers, and he becomes this person, that person. That's kind of how I feel when I make a long bill style hat that's a remnant of Polo or North Face.
Most difficult hat I ever made it had to be Louis Vuitton, like the leather bag ones. That leather's so stiff. I use a blow dryer to heat it up when I was doing it. So I heat it up on the back side so it wouldn't do nothing to the front. Get it soft, then I'll sew it. But then after it's done, I would just take like leather lotion, put some leather lotion on it and just beat it up with my hands. Like try to get it soft as possible to break it in. Because after a while, that stuff just dries out and then it just feels brittle. And then you just work some leather lotion on it, just keep working it on it and just beating it up real good and grabbing it and it'll break in. Stop all that cracking.
A lot of brands like Polo, Tommy Hilfiger, North Face. Is there a particular reason why?
Because I love the aesthetic. Polo has their own look, Tommy Hilfiger has their own look, and North Face has their own look. But to me, those are the heavy hitters of style because they made pieces at a time where it was just crazy to see people wearing. Like the first time I ever seen somebody wear like a North Face tech jacket or tech fleece or a Polar Tech Polo fleece. Like, I was just in awe when I seen that growing up. Like, I thought that was so cool. I had a cousin named Mikey that would wear all those brands, and he just made it look so dope. And he was from Hawaii, so like when we went to the same high school, people see Mikey coming through. He always had the latest Polo Sport, always had the Jordans, every Jordan that dropped, and all those. That was just that era, and like the hip hop in that era on television showcased a lot of that. You've seen a lot of that in a lot of music videos, and you wanted to imitate that. when I make the hats, when I go to make them, and I make multiples of the same material, for some reason, I know I'd be clicking them out the same, but I never intend for the pattern to go the same. And the patterns always fall the same. And it's crazy how it works. And I just tend to keep it that way. A lot of the stitching is by hand, like using the hands. The hands like do most of the work. Yeah. Like a lot of people when they start sewing, it's like I don't know, I guess they don't really put a lot into it. Cause I mean, I'm not saying like trying to knock people who are sewing and not getting it right off the bat. I mean, it took me forever. Like when I first started, I still got my first hat. And it was rough, like, you know, but when I did it at that time, I thought it was the best thing ever. But it's like, I don't know, I've always been a perfectionist. I've always been a perfectionist. I always wanted to look like what it looked like in a magazine.
If you could describe your process of making a hat, how would you describe it to somebody?
The process of me making a hat, my process of making a hat is similar to how an artist would do a painting. Like artists, they get like feel from music or being in a certain setting or having a conversation. Like, and a lot of times things aren't planned. So that's how I approach hats. I don't do sketches or drafts, or I'm not really good at Adobe Illustrator. I'm not good at computer stuff. Like, I'm good with my hands. So like my process of making a hat is I get the vibe of something, whether it's a video game or watching something on television, and I get pumped and I go from there. Like, throw everything on the table, pick what I like, what sticks out to me, and as I go along, I come up with my ideas and I go from there. Or I can just be hanging out, talking to my wife or a friend and just get inspired off the conversation or what we're talking about, whether it's pop culture or music or books or like fashion, so.
What's next for Creative King?
I don't know, man. I'm still trying to figure it out myself. Like my long-term plan is the next couple years to have a little storefront flagship store. People say you shouldn't do it in Baltimore, you should go to like DC and New York, but I don't see why not. Like, it's just like when you go to SF, everybody go to SF, they know if they're in the streetwear, they're gonna go to the Mission District and go hit up Benny Gold. Or they're gonna go to LA and go to Fairfax and go to the Diamond Supply store. Or I want it to be like that when people come to the DMV or come to Baltimore or DC. Oh, I'm gonna take that trip and ride up 295 and go visit the Creative King shop. Like, I want that vibe. And I also wanna carry, like, I would love to get a Nike account. have some exclusive, and of course you gotta carry the not so popular stuff too in order to get those accounts. But I don't know, I think that would be dope, man. Just like a little shop, showcase my hats and sell some exclusive sneakers, and people can also come in and see me make a hat or two. And like people can bring their gear in and like get it transformed. Like that's one of my biggest goals. But other than that, I just wanna rip shit up, man. Just wanna keep showing people what I can do.